Hello students, so before starting our class, let me remind you our previous class, the lesson of our previous class. So in our last class, we have studied about polynomials, their linear polynomials, quadratic, cubic polynomials, and degree of polynomial, then which expressions are polynomial and which are not, general formula, general expression of quadratic polynomial, and all the things, and what is the zero of polynomial. Clear? I hope you remember all the things. Zero of polynomial. Then we had studied the graph also, a straight line graph, linear graph of a linear polynomial. There is only one zero of one linear polynomial. At most, maximum, there is only one root or one zero. Zero of a polynomial means the root of the polynomial. Here I had also explained how we'll get the root. Okay, then today we will learn the quadratic polynomial and the graph of quadratic polynomial. So today we will learn the geometrical meaning of a zero of a quadratic polynomial. Suppose we take an example of quadratic polynomial here. Suppose I take a x square minus 3x minus 4. I take a quadratic polynomial and we will see what the graph of this polynomial. Let it be y. So y is equal to this much. So how does the graph of this polynomial looks like? It is in your table, it is in your book, and first we will make a table for this. You can refer your book, page number 23, or I will show you in this. See, this is the table here. Value of x is taken, and accordingly y is equal to x square minus 3x minus 4. The values are derived. There it has taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 values of x has been taken. Why? To make a clear graph. So look at the graph here. How does it look like? How does the graph look like? See the shape of the graph. It is a U-like structure. See the table. Minus 2, 6. Minus 1, 0. Then 0 minus 4. Then 1 minus 6. Then 2 minus 6. Then 3 minus 4. 4, 0. 5 and 6. See the structure of the graph. Clear? So this is not the structure of only this polynomial. This structure is mainly the structure of every quadratic equations that may vary from equation to equation, but that shape is like that. That means either the shape is like this or the shape is like this. So there are two types of shapes. So this shape is known as parabola. Not U-like structure. This is a structure like this or this. So this shape is known as parabola. So these are the parabolas. Clear? So when the value of our general representation of a quadratic equation is a x square plus bx plus c, in which a is not equal to 0. I have told you about this in your previous class, so I will not take time in this. So when the value of a is greater than 0, then the graph looks like this, like our graph. In this case I have shown you here the graph here. See, the graph is in this structure because here a is 1 here, that's why the graph is in this structure. So its graph is like this, and if a is less than 0, then the graph will be like this. Clear? So from the previous class you must be clear that 0 of an equation or the root of an equation means that point at which it has intersected the x-axis. So see the graph I am showing you here. Check at which point the graph has intersected x-axis. Yes, you are correct, it has intersected at two distinct points. But when it comes to the case of linear equation, it intersects only at one point, because that is a straight line. Here it has intersected at two distinct points. Here the point is -1, 0, and here the point is 4 and 0. So here we get two roots or two zeros of this equation. So what do you think? What are the roots of the equation here? See the graph and think what are the roots of the equation. I am showing you properly. See, what are the roots? Here it is -1, 0, 0 means y coordinate. We have to take the x coordinate only, that means -1. Here x coordinate is 4. That's why what are the roots of this equation? They are -1 and 4. So I am writing here roots of the equation of this equation. It is -1 and 4. So what does -1 and 4 refer to? That means when the value of x will take it as -1 or 4, we will get y is equal to 0. Let me show you the table once again. See the table. When we have applied -1, see, you get y is equal to 0. In other values there is no value 0 in case of y. Again when you put 4, the answer is again 0. That's why these are the zeros of this equation. X is equal to -1 or 4 and 4, not and 4, -1 or 4. You can put -1 or you can put 4. So maximum there are two roots or two zeros of this kind of equation or quadratic equation, not more than two roots. Now we will consider some cases. Like first case, you look at your book, go to page number 24, or I am showing you that picture in your here I will show you the picture. See, case 1, here the graph cuts x-axis at two distinct points, A and A dash. See, here the graph it cuts the x-axis at two distinct points, A and A dash. Here is A and A dash. Clear? Case 1, that means the same case we have discussed here. One is A is greater than 0 this type, and A is less than 0 this type. So this is clear. I have already explained you. Let's come to case number 2. See case number 2. Here the graph cuts x-axis at exactly one point. See, there is a difference. The shape is same, but here the graph intersects x-axis at one distinct point, that is at two coincident points. That means we have taken A and A dash two distinct points, but here A and A dash both are same. So A and A dash, they coincide here to become one point. See, in these two cases the graph has intersected the x-axis at one distinct point. Then come to case number 3. That means here only one value is present. It is clear that in this kind of graph, this is also a quadratic equation, but it has only one real root. Then come to case number 3. Here the graph is either completely above the x-axis or completely below the x-axis. So it doesn't cut the x-axis at any point. See the graph of this case. Here these two graphs, they do not intersect the x-axis. So what does it mean? That means here there is no zero of that kind of quadratic equation. We may take quadratic equation but will not find any zero of this value. That means for any value of x, you will not find that that equation will be zero. Clear? So I'll give you some examples of this type of equations first. So having two zeros, the equation is in front of you. I have taken taken the table also. You can see that there are two zeros. So the next case is to find only one zero. I am taking an equation minus 4x square plus 12x minus 9. You can check and find that there is only one zero in this equation. You can put value of x, different values of x, and you will find that there is only one zero. You can plot the graph by yourself. Then come to case number 3. That means there is no solution, no zero, no root of that equation. That means that equation will not intersect x-axis. So that type of example I'll show you. X square minus 3x plus 4. There is no zero. Here it is 1 0. And how you must be thinking how this happens. I'll clarify you how this happens, but this is already in your course. When it comes, I will explain you everything, but for now you just see the examples only. Clear? So here in this case, for any value of x, you will not find the value to be 0. So that means a quadratic equation can have either two distinct zeros like this case, or only one zero, or two equal zeros. The same thing. If we get the same thing 2 times, it's the same. So only 1 0 like this, or no zero like this. But at most, maximum there are 2 zeros or 2 roots of the equation. So by this we finished our quadratic equation. Let's come to cubic polynomial. What is the graph? How the graph looks like? If we take a cubic polynomial, for example, cubic polynomial will take x cube minus 4x. Clear? X cube minus 4x. For this, there is a table I am showing you here. A table is taken. See, this table is taken. X for x 5 values have been taken, and y is equal to, there are 5 values. Now we will plot the graph. If we plot the graph, it will look like this. See the graph. See the shape of the graph. It is a wave-like structure. So see the graph and tell me how many zeros are there. What do you think? How many zeros are there? So yes, you are right. There are 3 zeros. See, at 3 points, this graph has intersected the x-axis at this point, and at this point. So at -2 0, at 0 0 and at 2 0 the graph has intersected x-axis. So what do you think? What are the zeros of this equation here, of this polynomial here? Yes, they are -2, 0 and 2. Only x coordinate. We have to take only x coordinate. Now see the graph. Sorry, see the table. Do you find 0 here? If we take -2, answer is 0. If we take 0, the answer is 0. And if we take 2, the answer is also 0. So the book has taken few more examples. I am showing you in the book. See, I have shown you this graph. Now see this graph. So another example is taken here. First example is x cube minus x square. See, x cube minus x square. For this, a graph is drawn here. Two equations has been taken. First, it is taken only x cube. That means y is equal to x cube. One equation. Another equation is taken y is equal to x cube minus x square. So two different graphs will be plotted. I'll show you the graph in your book. So in the first, in figure 2.7, I hope it is clearly visible. So it is a graph for y is equal to x cube. This graph, it is the graph for y is equal to x cube. And then the second graph, this is the second graph I am showing you. So this is for y is equal to x cube minus x square. See the number of zeros present in these graphs. In the first graph, figure 2.7, what do you think? How many zeros are there in this graph? So there is only one zero. That is the origin, that is 0. We have to take x is equal to 0. So in the second graph, what do you think? How many zeros are there? There are two zeros. One is 0, another is 1. See, you have to see the x coordinate only. So 0 and 1, there are two zeros. So in case of cubic polynomial, there are maximum 3 roots or 3 zeros. There may be also no zeros, there may be also 1 0, 2 0, but maximum there are 3 zeros. So then come to example. It is given by looking at the graph. You will have to find out how many zeros are present in the graph. So I'll show you the first graph. How many zeros are present? There is only 1 0 because it has intersected x-axis at one point only. Then come to second bit. How many zeros are there? 2. Third bit. How many zeros are there? 3. So likewise, you can solve that example 1. So in general, given a polynomial p of x, I am writing here only. Given any polynomial p of x of degree n, it has degree n. Like here, what is the degree? 3. Here, what is the degree? 2. So if it has degree n, then the graph y is equal to, when we plot the graph, we will take y is equal to p of x. So the graph y is equal to p of x will intersect the x-axis at most n number of points or maximum n number of points. Like for example, in case of linear polynomial, the degree is 1. That's why you find out maximum 1 0. When it comes to the case of quadratic polynomial, the degree is 2. That's why here you find maximum 2 number of zeros. Then when it comes to the cubic polynomial, the degree is 3 here. That's why you find out maximum 3 zeros. Maximum, I am saying maximum 3 zeros. So if the degree is n, the graph will cut the x-axis, intersect the x-axis at n number of maximum n number of points. So by this we have concluded the exercise 2.1, and it's very easy. We have just to find out how many number of zeros are present in the graphs. Okay, thank you.